Hello, everyone, and welcome to Storytime. My name's Christopher. I'm so glad to be with you again today. We've got some great stories coming up, but you know how I like to begin with a little song called Clap Everybody and Say Hello. Oh, I was getting ahead of myself. And here it is. Clap everybody and say hello, say hello, say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Welcome to Story Time. I think you've got it. Shall we try it with the banjo? But you know what? I can really use your help because I'm not a super great banjo player. I just have fun playing. So if you clap while I play, that would be a big help. Here we go. Oh, clap everybody. Let's try that again. Clap everybody and say hello, say hello, say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Welcome to Story Time. Well, thank you. You know, I like to say hello in lots of languages around the world. What are some that we haven't done in a while? How about, oh my goodness. My mind is a blank right now. Let's do check. Ahoy. Here we go. Clap everybody and say ahoy, say ahoy, say ahoy. Clap everybody and say ahoy. Welcome to Story Time. Let's see. How do we say hello in Italian? Does anyone remember how to say hello in Italian? Okay, we'll go with it. Here we are. Buongiorno in Italian. Clap everybody and say buongiorno, say buongiorno, say buongiorno. Clap everybody and say buongiorno. Welcome to Story Time. Let's see, what haven't we done in a while? How about Japanese konnichiwa? Here we go. Clap everybody and say konnichiwa, say konnichiwa, say konnichiwa. Clap everybody and say konnichiwa. Welcome to Story Time. Welcome everyone to Story Time. We've got some great stories today. But first, I think we need to get some blood moving and some energy in the room with the Grand Old Duke of York. Are you ready? Here we go. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. Do you have it? Well, if you don't have it now, you will by the time the jumping's over. Let's speed things up a little bit, okay? The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. Super fast! The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched him up to the top of the hill. He marched him down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're halfway up, you're neither up or down. Good job, everyone. Did I lose you? Something tells me I didn't. I'll bet you could go even faster. But then you'd be leading story time. And maybe someday you will. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, on with the show. Well, we've got stories today. Actually, our first story today is all about how do we do this? It's all about something that starts with the letter A. Can you think of any words that start with A? Well, aardvark starts with A. That's a cool animal. What else starts with an A? Um, Anatomy. That starts with an A. And let's see. Albatross is another cool animal. Albatross starts with an A. But, we don't have any stories today about an albatross or an aardvark or anatomy. We do have our first story today, all about the alphabet. And it's one of my favorites. But before we tell that story, I want to remind everyone about the Saturday show on AADL.TV. Every Saturday, it's some of your favorite storytellers and AADL staff members coming together to put on a great show for you. It's one of my favorite things on AADL.TV. And every Monday, it's baby time for our littlest patrons age 0 to 2, and they're grown-ups. We can invite them as well. So if you have a brother or sister or anyone else in your family who wants to join, it's great. Songs and stories and rhymes, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's get on to our first story. Here it is. It is The Alphabet Tree by Leo Leone, and he has written and illustrated some wonderful books. Here it is. Now once there was an alphabet tree, and all the letters gathered on their favorite leaf and enjoyed jumping from place to place and hopping around and basking in the sun. And they had a very fine time doing just that. But once a strong wind came by, and the letters had to hang on as tight as they could. Some of them even fell off their favorite leaves. They got back up again later, but it was a struggle in the wind. They thought, wow, this is rough, so they all huddled together on the inside of the tree, kind of shaking. And just then, a funny-looking bug came by. He wasn't that funny-looking. He was just different. And he said to all of the letters, "Hey, why don't you get together with each other and hold hands? And then a strong wind won't blow you off a leaf so easily." And they thought about that. That had never occurred to them. And so they got together, and lots of them formed words. And you know what? Indeed, they were stronger. Because the next time a big wind came by, all of those words easily held on. They formed words like quinoa and leaf and cat, and there's tree, and over here we've got word and you. That's a funny, cool word, isn't it? Well, there were all of these words in the alphabet tree. One day, a caterpillar came by. He was the sentence caterpillar, and he said, "Hey, you're all jumbled up there, not making any sense at all. Why don't you get together and make a real sentence of yourself and say something?" Well, the letters had never thought of joining up into a whole sentence before. They thought, hey, that sounds pretty cool. So indeed, they all got together. Now, I know that's not a sentence, but they all got together to form a message. And these letters spelled out peace on earth, and they all jumped on the caterpillar's back, and the caterpillar spread their message far and wide, and everyone appreciated it. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, let's see. I think after that nice, peaceful, calm story, it might be time for a little more exercise. What do you think? Do you know who usually helps us with exercise? Sure you do. It's Ralph. Oh, Ralph! Ralph, are you there? Oh, hey, he's here. Hey, how you doing, Ralph? All right. Well, Ralph, we usually like to get up and get some exercise in. How about if we start with some jumping? Yeah. Does that sound good? Okay, good. Oh, jump any way you want to. Jump any way you please. Jump any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Good stopping. What else do we like to do? We like to swim. Yeah, we do like to swim. Okay, here we go. Oh, swim any way you want to. Swim any way you please. Swim any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Nice. Are you ready for some... Oh, we haven't danced yet, have we? No. All right, let's get a good dance in. Oh, dance any way you want to. Dance any way you please. Dance any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Good stopping. Now, after all of that dancing and jumping and swimming, what do we like to do? Nibble. Well, you like to eat, I like to sleep, right? Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, Ralph, we haven't even started the song yet, and already you're nibbling. Hey, wait a second. Okay, here we go. Oh, sleep any way you want to. Sleep any way you please. Ralph, sleep any way you want to. Oh, but stop when I say freeze. Oh, you woke us up with all that yelling. Well, I guess I'll just have to nap after story time, right? Yeah, okay. Take care, Ralph. See ya. Bye. All right, we've got time for another great story. It is Dinosaur versus Bedtime by Bob Shea. And it's my first time telling it, so I hope it goes well, but you never know. Whoa, things are getting crazy already. All right. Now, Dinosaur is pretty tough, but there might be one thing that Dinosaur might not be tougher than. Shall we find out what it is? All right. Well, when Dinosaur sees a pile of leaves, roar! Dinosaur goes crazy and stomps right through the leaves. It's Dinosaur versus leaves, and Dinosaur wins! Roar! That's true. Now, what about when Dinosaur sees a bowl of spaghetti? Dinosaur picks up that bowl and roar! Dinosaur versus spaghetti? Dinosaur wins! Roar! I was a little slow on that one. Sorry. Well, how about Dinosaur versus talking grown-ups? Who do you think wins? Wait, I can't hear you. That's right. Dinosaur wins again. This might get harder, though. How about Dinosaur versus brushing teeth? Who do you think wins? Dinosaur is ready. Dinosaur wins that too. Dinosaur, do you win at everything? It sounds like. I think I've got one that can stump you, though. You ready? Dinosaur versus Bedtime. Oh, Dinosaur roars! And he stomps around! And he roars some more! Oh, but Dinosaur's... Oh, his roar is starting to get quieter, and he's all roared out, and in fact, he might be yawning at this point. And pretty soon, we have to tuck Dinosaur right into bed. Dinosaur versus Bedtime? Bedtime wins. But Dinosaur will be back in the morning for another roar! All right, that's a great story. Oh, I know who we're missing now. We're missing Dr. Knickerbocker. What would a story time be without Dr. Knickerbocker? But I have to thank my friend Alina Celeste, who taught me this. I love her version, and I always like to do her version because it's the one I like best. Here we go. And if you don't know it, you will by the time it's over. Here we go. I have to tell you one more thing. This is a repeating song. So I'll say a line, and I'll give you a chance to say the same line. And I'll kind of whisper it so you know what to say and when. Okay? Great. Dr. Knickerbocker, Knickerbocker number 9. I just got back and I'm feeling fine. Now I've got the rhythm of the head tap tap. I've got the rhythm of the head tap tap. I've got the rhythm of the nose honk honk. I've got the rhythm of the nose honk honk. I've got the rhythm of the shoulders doo wop. I've got the rhythm of the shoulders doo wop. I've got the rhythm of the elbows bonk bonk. I've got the rhythm of the elbows bonk bonk. Tap tap, honk honk, honk, bonk doo wop, bonk bonk. Dr. Knickerbocker, Knickerbocker number 9. I just got back and I'm feeling fine. Now I've got the rhythm of the hands clap clap. I've got the rhythm of the hands clap clap. I've got the rhythm of the finger snip snap. I've got the rhythm of the finger snip snap. I've got the rhythm of the tummy tap tap. I've got the rhythm of the tummy tap tap. I've got the rhythm of the hips hoo-wee. I've got the rhythm of the hips hoo-wee. Clap clap, snip snap, tap tap, hoo-wee. Dr. Knickerbocker, Knickerbocker number 9. A 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, and 9. I say a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, and 9. We did it. Good job, and thank you for helping me. We've got time for one more story. And I'm going to paraphrase this one because it's a little bit long and it's kind of slippery too. Those Darn Squirrels by Adam Rubin, illustrated by Daniel Salmieri. And here it goes. Whoa, okay. On the outskirts of town, at the edge of the forest, there was a little old house. The only thing older than the little house was the man who lived in it, Old Man Fuquire. Here, let me stand up. Old Man Fuquire was so old that when he sneezed, dust came out. He was also a grump. He hated pie. He hated puppies. The only thing he liked was birds. All summer long, the old man painted pictures of the birds. There were whirlybirds and bonga birds, baba birds and yaba birds. Even a rare flugel bird came by once or twice. His paintings weren't very good, but the birds didn't mind. When the air turned crisp and the leaves began to change color, the old man grew sad. He knew that soon the birds would fly south for the winter, as they did every year. So Old Man Fuquire built beautiful bird feeders and put them all around the backyard. He filled the feeders with delicious seeds and berries, and soon birds came from all over the forest just to eat in the old man's yard. But the birds weren't the only ones who liked the bird feeders. The squirrels did too. Whoops! Not many people know this, but squirrels are the cleverest of all the woodland creatures. In fact, they're fuzzy little geniuses. They can make a house out of a tree, a bed out of a bunch of leaves, and a box kite out of twigs, dirt, and squirrel spit. They are also excellent at math. Winter was fast approaching, and the squirrels needed to gather as much food as they could to get ready. So they decided to take some of the bird food. The birds were not happy. Neither was Old Man Fuquire. When he discovered what had happened, he shook his old man fist and yelled, "Those darn squirrels!" He filled up the feeders again, but this time he hung them from a clothesline. Then he went back inside, confident that the squirrels would no longer be able to get to the seeds and berries. But the squirrels were determined. They devised a plan, and this time they took all the food from the bird feeders. You know what's coming. The birds were furious. "Harumph, harumph," yelled a bonga bird. "Those darn squirrels!" yelled Old Man Fuquire. "Yum," said the squirrels. Now it was Old Man Fuquire's turn to devise a plan. He went to the general store to get supplies like lasers and clamps, wires and springs, and built a veritable fortress around his bird feeders. Then he refilled them very carefully. "Na, na, 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 na," snorted the flugel bird. The squirrels stayed up all night working out their strategy. They drank cherry cola and ate salt and vinegar chips to make them stay awake. Finally, they had the perfect plan. They put on their tiny helmets and prepared to launch themselves into the air, over the fence, between the lasers, and onto the bird feeders. The first squirrel missed and hit a tree. The second squirrel went too high and landed in a bucket. The third squirrel sailed clear over the house. The birds laughed and laughed. Then they flew south for the winter, just as they did every year. After the birds left, Old Man Fuquire was lonely. just as he was every year. He fixed himself some cottage cheese and pepper, but he was still lonely. When he looked out the window, the squirrels could tell that he wasn't happy. "Go away!" shouted the old man. "I don't like you, squirrels!" The squirrels held a meeting deep inside a tree. They decided to give the old man a present to make up for taking the seeds and berries. Now, not many people know this, but squirrels are not only fuzzy little geniuses, they also collect just about anything they find on the ground. They had a vast stockpile of junk to choose from. But what would Fookwire like? Bottle caps? Popsicle sticks? Postage stamps? Finally, they had it. The perfect gift. The squirrels stacked all of their loose change on Old Man Fookwire's doorstep. There were so many different coins, and it all added up to $47.36. "Maybe you squirrels aren't so bad," Fookwire said, "but I still like birds better." This gave the squirrels another idea. They raided their junk collection again and got to work. When Old Man Fookwire woke up the next morning, he was amazed to see that the birds had returned. But wait, those things weren't birds, they were squirrels in disguise. "Great googly moogly," said Old Man Fookwire. "This will make quite a painting." He ran outside and took down the lasers and the wires and the trapeze. He turned all the bird feeders into squirrel feeders. Then he painted till his brush ran out of bristles. The squirrels were so overjoyed they had a party in Old Man Fookwire's house. "Those darn squirrels," said Fookwire, and he shook his old man fist and smiled. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Well, it's just about time for the pirate song. Are you ready? Here it is. "Oh, when I was one, I sucked my thumb on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, 'Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea.' When I was 2, I tied my shoe on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, 'Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea.' When I was 3, I tapped my knee on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, 'Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea.'" Good job, everyone. Okay, I think it's just about time. Here we go. There was a girl from France who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown, and sit back down. There was a dinosaur. At bedtime she would roar. The only other thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown, and sit back down. Mr. Folkwire didn't like Squirrely. In fact, they made him so very surly. The only other thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown, and sit back down. There was a teeny tiny man, hello, who loved to do handstands. You think you can do it today? Oh, not today! The only other thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Super fast! Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Wiggle, wiggle fingers, too high, right up to the sky. Wiggle, wiggle fingers, and wave them all goodbye. I'll see you next time. So long.